everyone, once again, this is Barry 3D, and I'm out here doing some toy hunting. So as I heard from Michael Mercery on his page, which is 80s Themes, or 80s Toys Museum, I came across, and he's been doing some toy hunting, and I came across one of his videos. So I'm out in Freelton, Ontario. Once again, small little town, not too far away from Hamilton, not too far of a way of a drive. I'm going to do some toy hunting here to see if I still find some of the stuff he had on his channel. So I'm specifically looking for anything Micronauts or anything that catches my eyes. Let's see how that goes. The toy hunt is on, and I'm over at the Freelton Antique Mall. The search begins. Hey everyone, this is Barry 3D here from the iConis podcast. You know how it is. And I am over at the Freelton Antique Mall, and I wanted to give a big shout out to them. Also, Shelly, the manager, allowed me to walk through and kind of take some videos. I saw this show up on Michael Mercy's channel. He does 80s Toy Museum, and he did a walkthrough here, and I thought it was really interesting. And it's not that far. It's off Highway 6 between Kitchener and Hamilton, depending which way you're going to go. So let's take a walk through and see what I can find. So as my goal is always to find anything that's Micronauts related, Big Jim related. I saw that on his channel. And of course, any other goodies on here. So first, I'll say this. For any toy collectors that need to add things to their collection, this is a place to go. Can't go wrong. They are a family-run business that has been there from 1997. And they handle over 250 vendors at all these booths. So as you can see, as I'm panning around here slowly, or as slow as I can go, just overcome with a whole lot of excitement. They had some Batman and Robin figures that I'm looking at that caught my eye. You know, Spider-Man, figure that caught my eye there. And it's not like Spider-Man himself, it's Morbius. So it's Morbius from Spider-Man. And of course, we have the DC Superpower collection of Lex Luthor and Mr. Freeze. Those are always cool ones to add, and it's cool to see that they still have the packaging there, even though it's kind of yellowed over age. That is to be anticipated and expected, and that's fine. And of course, you have your loose figures, which are $20, that are always good to add to you. You have like open collections if you're making dioramas. This is the place to go and stock up. If you go to most of the toy conventions, you're going to pay a little bit more than what you're seeing here. They get new inventory every week. So I wanted to kind of do this because I just thought it was interesting and cool to go and see what we can find. So I've found a classic G.I. Joe VHS tape here, along with Team Rocket from, the Pokemon. I'm not a big Pokemon person, but oh my gosh, so I'm surprised. They got a Breaking Bad toy figure. I didn't even know about this. This is awesome, right beside Spider-Man. And of course, there's Gumby, Eddie Murphy. I'm Gumby, by damn it. So I had to zoom in on that there, along with The Simpsons. And each booth has its own. So you got like some model figures that I'm kind of looking at here, and I'm just breezing through it. 2 floors. It's a huge place, and it's a little bit back. You'll see the sign. You go in there, and staff is wonderful. So for model kits, I always like the futuristic stuff. And what I mean by that, spaceships, and out of the norm. There was like a UFO Invasion had a spaceship model kit that maybe if I would have seen, I definitely would have picked up. But a lot of World War II, World War I memorabilia, timepiece. So for those who are actual fans of an actual model kit, go and check out the mall, the Freelton Antique Mall. You'll find them. They're sealed, unopened, not done. You can make it from scratch and add that to your collection. If I had a bit more room, and of course in life a little bit more time, I would have probably done more of these model kits. I know there's a few of them, so I got to be a little bit selective. Oh, here we go. Full He-Man and Battle Cat. Once again, that's cool to add to a Castle Grayskull scenario if you have one out the box and you just want to add a figure without opening the figure you might have already for your collection. There you go. Great price combo altogether. Ram Man. So I was surprised the amount of things I came across here as a collector. A lot of Hot Wheels, a lot of figures, on cards, outside, loose, but still in great shape. So, you have anything from like the okay shape to like really good condition, depending on what you look for. But, you have to have your expectations and be realistic about it. But also, the thing that surprised me is there was a lot of comic books. So each booth, I've never went to an antique mall before, and each booth has a setup. So each booth is a different vendor, and they have their price structure, and they manage it all there, which I think is a cool concept. Oh, Fisher Price Alpha Probe. This will always have a soft spot for me. This is a gift that I wanted as a kid. My parents bought it for me when I was younger, and I had the whole thing, and look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. I would, gotta go back and add that to the collection. I still think I have that at my parents' house. So anything Fisher Price Venture people, I'm in. Here we got some Star Trek stuff. So, that's a big shout out to my buddy Andrew. So also you've seen on the show before. He would definitely like to pick up probably some of those. And then of course your classic wrestling figures, Power Barons, board game. Why not?
And once again, we're going into the the war pieces. So we got our medieval knights that are there. That's a nice collection of them that are kind of trying to pan across. So I'm watching to see as much as possible in here. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to push anything. I'm just trying to show you, like, for myself, this is my first time at a antique mall. So when people say they're going antiquing, I'm always thinking furniture. I never thought of toys, comics, collectibles in our realm. Right? There's a whole bunch of He-Man, nicely well done, that are still in the packages, decent price, of course, Fisher Price. Once again, that's just my, childhood memories. Can't go wrong with that. And you see here across the wall. So, and another surprising, it was really busy of people of all ages. When you think people antiquing, you're probably thinking people of an older age. And there was a lot of young couples in there, young families, young kids. You're probably finding toys in here that you would pay more for at the mall, the regular mall, and of course you're getting those. So I urge all parents, if you have young kids and you want to get them into things that you like, bring them to the antique mall, bring the whole family. It's a whole nice family affair to go there and pick that out. And then you're kind of sharing that nostalgia with your kids. Well, there we go. G.I. Joe, classic. Zartan siblings. And once again, Fisher Price, Action People, and Big Jim. That was a Big Jim, but it was a carry case. My piece de resistance is going to be, if I can find his Eagle 1 plane, the Big Jim carry case plane. And I know I'm talking about Big Jim a lot, so here we are. We're scrolling up a bit. But as I was saying, take the family there. Go there with your kids. Some good toys for them. You can have some good memories to see them playing and enjoying things you enjoyed when you were younger. And of course, there's not just toys there. There's furniture, there's clothes, there's posters, there's 12 inches. And when I say 12 inches, anyone that's old school understand that. I'm talking, albums. If you've got a record player, that's the way to go. If you was an old school DJ and you want to add things to your thing, there's the go. And once again, a lot of Hot Wheels, Johnny Lightning, toy cars, which even I totally forgot about. Everyone always thinks Hot Wheels or Matchbox. They had the Johnny Lightning line. And the fun thing about that is a lot of it is still carded and it's harder to get ones, and not bad. Right? Because you're looking at the prices and some of the prices, there I am. You can see me in the reflection. I give a little bit of a wave. All right, then. And as I scroll down, here we are. Batman figures from all different series. It was kind of cool. Once again, Batman will always catch my eye. Shout out to my buddy Thomas, being the Batman fan he is, along with myself and many others. And I know Rod would be in there with some of these collectibles. And, the Empress 999, that's the whole thing. It always reminds me of Albator in French, but Prince Sherlock in English, that whole run. And I'm going to zoom in here on a couple of things as I'm going by. So I'm trying to give you just a general idea. You got to go and you'll spend a couple of hours there easy. And time will fly by. You won't even notice it. You'll get your steps in. With the going upstairs and downstairs. So I don't know where this steering wheel is, what part of that video game or system that's a part of. So there's things in here I don't even know. There's a Voltron. So another idea is to go by here. If you have pieces that are missing from maybe one of your things, Voltron, Lions, and you're missing pieces from something, Batman in the armor, when it was Jim Gordon that was in there, go by there. And you could probably mismatch your pieces to make a whole set if you need some, maybe an arm, a leg of something that you have at home in your collectibles, in your collection. Or maybe you just want to open something and you want to have an open one, maybe on your desk or a backdrop, just to kind of reminisce. And then once again, here is another booth with a lot of classic items in there. So you saw there was Juggernaut, first issue of G.I. Joe. In there is also, first issue of Dazzler. Another important issue milestone with Spider-Man. And of course, there's Wolverine. If you saw before, it had Juggernaut with X-Force, so you had like Shatterstar in the corner. There's a long shot from his miniseries, Spider-Man 2099. So these are a lot of names you've already heard on our podcast that we've talked about, and we fan cast it with myself and Rod. So it's nice to kind of go through there. I didn't know what to expect and see that more so. And once again, good pieces to add to your collection, be it if you want to display it, just have it off the Yellow School Bus by Fisher Price. Every place I go, I see this thing. This was one of my earlier toys when I was really young and I had hair. And it was the school bus that has it. When you move it, the eyes go up and down. And this one, Fisher Price had the people with no arms, no legs. It was just a head. The body goes around. It goes into the slot right there. And this one's in great condition. The only thing missing, I guess, is a string in the front that you can pull it along. I remember that from being a kid, okay? We'll go figure. Wow. So once again, now we're going through another cabinet. There's Punisher in the background. There's Mr. Fantastic, and this is a figure I think you should be picking up, especially now that the Fantastic Four movie is coming out very shortly, in the next year or bit, but it's already cast. They got the test footage from Hall H over at San Diego Comic-Con. There you go. And here we are, all the Pez dispensers. So for my buddy Dave Sokolowski, who you've seen on the show before, and of course I've done comedy with, this is where one of his buddies would love all that. So there's some of the Pez dispensers. If you're a Pez dispenser collector, it's a place to start. You never know what you will find. I know, as I said, I'm just kind of going through the booths, and at the same time I'm doing the voiceover because they had music playing in the background and people were talking, so I didn't want to be disrespectful to anything like that. And of course with the music, I didn't want to get flagged by YouTube. Oh, here we go. Wheels. Tunnel Racer. Have no idea what this is. Right? All right, great. Okay, good on Hot Wheels. Like, there's so much out there that I would love to have someone come on here and talk to us about Hot Wheels one time and go through a whole thing, because everyone knows Hot Wheels. We've seen it, but I know there's so much to it, and there's a culture behind it. And if you can't buy the real car, well, then you might as well just buy the Hot Wheels, put on your desk, and just dream. Nothing wrong with dreaming. This is why I do what I do, so to speak. As we're kind of panning around here a little bit more, you see more of the figures. Oh, here we are. The X-Men mini books or micro books. These were like a little comic book, and it would pop open and have like a play set inside of it to, depict a important scene that you see there on the cover. That brings back memories. I know that they're trying something new to kind of, get in new people. And here I'm in another booth, and of course, here's the Millennium Falcon. This is the one I wanted as a kid, and Dad said, no, too expensive at the time. And I'm like, okay. But I've got mine. You've seen the review on it. Here's a Tumbler furry case. So I'm not sure what it's carrying in there, but we'll see what happens. I'm still on that Falcon, and that's it's if it was a little bit better condition, I might have just bought it. All right, and once again, mismatched pieces. So here's the thing: I never jump on the first thing I see. I like to walk around because you never know what's in the next booth. So a lot of Power Rangers you're seeing here in the background. Of course, some of these things are under glass, under a booth, so you got to make a mental note of the booth number, and their staff upstairs and downstairs. You can ask them to get the key, they can open it for you, and then of course they'll check you out. So this person had some really good condition G.I. Joe figures, other figures also on top of it, and of course since they're small, they gotta, it's all about security.
Hey everybody, this is Barry 3D once again at the Freelton Antique Mall. Took me a little while to say that. I came across a lot of fun stuff, went down memory lane immensely with stuff I've seen at my parents' house, grandparents' house, family members, so forth like that. Did not find the Micronauts, but stuff always comes in and out, so make sure you come down and check them out. And if you let them know that Shelly, big thing, shout out to you for letting me walk through there and take time and going down memory lane. And please check out the Freelton Antique Mall. This is Barry 3D from the iConis podcast. Remember, this whole thing has been created by people who like to turn around, hunt, and go down that memory lane and get those toys that we all enjoy, that we look for. And there's more there than toys. There's way more there than toys. You gotta come and check it out once again. Remember, this whole world's put together on a pencil, a piece of paper, lots of imagination. Everything starts that way, and then it just evolves. Thank you.